spinning us up live.
Hey, are we gonna drop the link for this live stream into the tavern?
I don't know what to do because Solomon is talking.
I'm not wearing my headphones. I don't know. I was just throwing that out. I still have to go pee. I'll be back.
I'll do that though, Solomon. All right.
Apparently, Kira wants to watch the after party since she's got that other half of the bottle of Peju.
Yep. I'll go put it in there now. Hey, everybody watching. I see you're all saying stuff. I'm just trying to get everything set up for this last minute thing. So I'll be checking you out there in a second. Damn it, that's not the right one. Okay, there we go. Sorry, folks. Parks. Oh, good. It's just Jeff's face that I'm sending out. There you go, buddy. All right. Did I send the right thing over here? No, and now, oh, good. Google's giving me Google's mad at me for what I just did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not happy with what I just did. Oh, well. Oh, that won't work.
Methyl Ethyl says up the bit rate. I don't know what that means. That's all Eccles. You're all well, visually you look like shit.
Oh yeah. Hold on. All right. Let me do that real quick.
What?
Oh, he is here too. Shit. Look out.
Thea! Why is it that my own camera makes me look like crap, but you guys are clear as a bell? Why is that?
Because that's real life, John.
Yeah. Are we live streaming on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So everybody knows I took a pee?
Yes.
Yes. We flush.
Why are you leaving, Stub? Fuck you, Stub. Just because I didn't say fuck you, Stub, that's probably why he's leaving.
Yeah. Hey, if you're gonna leave right now.
Shit. All right. Okay. Methyl says Vaseline on the lens.
What's that?
Methyl says it looks like you have Vaseline on your camera lens, React.
I don't get it. I mean, I have it on high resolution. I just don't understand. I'm going for the whole moonlighting look.
All right. So Solomon, you've got something to talk about, right?
Yeah. Let me everybody get out your calculators.
Get out your calculators. Hold on. I got to make sure I've got this is a lot of people. This is going to be their first time hearing the after party tunes.
Oh, really? Because they're not patrons?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here then. Nothing gets me more steamed than when a bunch of freeloaders jump into our free shit.
So, like, if who did we have on? The Dallas wine chick.
Yeah, Melody.
We had Melody on a couple weeks ago. If you guys didn't watch that episode, and Solomon went through his lambasting anyone that wasn't giving her money.
She looks at me and she just goes, "Just stop. Just stop."
Her face the whole time you were talking, her eyes just kept getting wider and wider. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Chef, You can't do that. Let me give you a crash course in marketing.
All right. Let me hit record here. We're recording here. And okay. All right. Stub and Thea are they may be having a fight. A fun fight, if you will. All right. All right. Here we go. After party 30. Fun fight. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. You know what time it is, folks. We're just going to keep drinking because it's time for an after party.
After party.
Where we hit the record button and just keep drinking. And I try to sound like Stub.
Hey, have you ever noticed how bass players, they always look surprised when they hit that note? Like, it's not like you've never played this song before, guy.
You know when you can get a bass player to look even more surprised? When you ask a bass player why they always look surprised when you hit that note.
It's like, I don't know, I was just kind of feeling it.
I actually had a conversation. The guy who does the pest control for the whole shopping center, goes around and squirts stuff to keep the cockroaches away. He's a bass player in a jazz band. So I actually asked him, so you're really up on those 13th and 9 chords and all those roots and all that stuff. He's just looking at me like I'm just some sort of idiot.
No, when we had our friend Adam Powers from the Pilot House on, he's a bassist in a band, and Jeff got to ask him that question live on the air, and it was like crickets afterwards.
Well, that was funny.
I slap bass.
Oh my God. Patreons. This is a unprecedented after party. We've opened this one up to the masses. It is chaos in the chat. Thea, Stub, Wen, Methyl Ethel, Dimitri. It is just packed. Lori from Dorsina Wines. It is packed.
Yeah, Dimitri better not be drinking freaking Stella Artois, or he and I are just gonna have it out.
All right. So thank you for joining us, everyone. We really appreciate you being here. Patreons, we appreciate you immensely for all your support. After party 30. Don't let this one be a bad one is what we got to do. Jeff Solomon, he's told us all that we need calculators.
Yeah, it's fucking important, right? And I just want to start you with one number, and maybe you'll feel compelled to put that into a calculator later. The number that I'm going to give you, we're just going to round up. It's a shade under this. But if I said the number 7.8 billion, does that ring a bell in any sense?
It's the population of the planet at the current time.
Yeah, we're a shade under that right now. But if you want to be specific, you could go to the fucking, there's a bunch of like population clocks, but the moment you say what the population is, you're wrong because it just changed. So I wanted to throw that out there. And then I wanted to bring up a term. Yes, John. Yes.
I've got my calculator open on my phone. Should be in degrees or radians.
It doesn't matter. Whatever your dumb math analysis teacher told you, that's what you should do. Right.
All right.
We might do some division and multiplication. You might need to, the power function might be important in a little bit. I want to say a word, and I want to ask you whether or not you've heard this word.
Which word is that?
Doppelganger.
Okay.
Have any of you heard, like, what does the word doppelganger mean?
Your double, your body double. If you watch The Outsider, it's from getting a scratch. But yes, your body double, if you will.
The Outsider. I don't know what that is. Like usually people bring up
What's
that?
artificially created double.
Well, I was gonna bring up the sitcom How I Met Your Mother. Like they have a lot of like doppelganger episodes, right? Um, and so I've heard people sometimes reference this as like the doppelganger theory. That we've got 7.8 billion people on the planet right now. Do you think it's possible that there could be another person on this planet that is essentially just exactly like you, just randomly? Do you think that person could exist?
Yes.
What do you think, John?
In appearance or in appearance and mannerisms?
Oh, I mean, look, we could say appearance. I think that's fair. Do you think that's possible?
Well, there's 15 people that look almost exactly like me. That's weird, but it's true.
15. I know that I get told. I've been told that I look like people like my entire life. Like I have one of those faces where like everybody tells me that I look like somebody, and it's always somebody different that they bring up. I
Your
will.
appearance isn't that unique, Solomon.
What's that?
Your appearance isn't that unique.
Yeah, I'm very plain. I've been told everything from like Gene Wilder to Joey Fatone when I was younger.
I have to say, because I know my mom is watching, and I know she's screaming at it right now. She will go to her grave.
Patrick Dempsey.
No, that I look like Steve Martin.
I can see it.
I've been told I look like Tom Petty way back in the day. I wish I could write songs like Tom Petty. I don't think I look like him at all.
Dimitri says that a doppelganger is the version of me that drinks only Doppelbock.
Stubb says I look like the guy who used to work at his local record store. Good one, sir. Good one. You remind me of the last shit I took. Sorry, I got a little crazy. Yeah, so Lori says Patrick Dempsey. That's the one that I've been getting the most over the last fucking 15 years. Fuck you, Patrick Dempsey.
Is that Pony Boy? Because he kind of looked like Pony Boy.
Pony Boy? Was Patrick Dempsey Pony Boy in The Outsiders?
He was Aquaman. Patrick Dempsey was Aquaman.
What? I thought it was the Jason Balboa. That's the Aquaman.
Balboa.
Yeah, the Italian stallion, Jason Balboa. So I have to tell you, before we get into the calculations, I've been told that I look like people before, but honestly, like whatever you say I look like, you put that person right next to me. Like there are so many obvious differences. It really boils down to, it actually says a lot about yourself that you think like, every Jewish guy with a beard and brown hair looks the same. We don't. So fuck you. But anyways, there was this one situation.
I hear rabbis saying that all the time.
Yeah. So in 1991, this is the spring of 1991. I was in the 6th grade. So I'm about 10 years older than Jason Stubblefield is, but I was in the 6th grade in the 1991. And I used to go to this place. It was called a roller rink. Have any of you ever been to a roller rink before?
Yeah, my first date was at a roller rink.
The roller rink was the place to see and to be seen, because nobody loves roller skating in a circle, listening to the hot jams from Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey more than yours truly, Jeff Solomon, right? So in 1991, it's a Friday night. And I think my dad was out of town, and we were all just getting kind of stir crazy. And so my mom takes my sister and I to the roller rink in Scotts Valley, California. I grew up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, so the closest rink to us was in Scotts Valley, California. It was literally called The Rink. I wonder if it's still there. If you know if The Rink is still there, put a comment in the chat below. And by the way, while you're watching on YouTube, mash the like and subscribe button. So we were at the rink in Scotts Valley, California in 1991. And I take forever, like picking out my shoes, making sure my roller skates, making sure that they're fitting right, making sure that I'm feeling fresh, feeling good. And, as is always the case, I do 2 laps around the rink. I jump off. I go and I get a big ass red rope. I like wrap it around my neck, kind of like a scarf, right? And I just start chewing on red ropes while I'm playing pinball. What pinball machine was I playing? I was playing Terminator 2 because
come on, 8-Ball Deluxe, you loser.
No. Terminator 2.
8-Ball Deluxe.
Best pinball machine ever.
No.
Second best, the Addams Family movie.
Addams Family is by far number one.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's that?
Addams Family is far and away the best ever.
The Blablushka. When the magnet like spins it around.
Yeah. Everybody wants to know if they can put their calculators down. I think everybody's arms are getting tired.
No, now you switch it to the other arm. I told you it's all about fitness, right? So I'm there. I'm playing Terminator 2, greatest pinball machine ever. And I'm just like racking up the points. Like I was a killer pinball player back in the day because I used to go to the rink all the time and not skate. I would just play pinball. So I'm there playing pinball.
When you weren't skating, did you still have red rope around your neck?
Yeah, I love me some red rope. I loved red ropes so much back in the day. I used to want to be the guy at Candlestick Park that would sell red ropes.
Did you get it in a little paper bag?
That was my dream, to just go red ropes and just fucking whip people and pretend I didn't mean it. So I'm there playing Terminator 2, and this young lady about my age rolls up next to me. And when I say next to me, like maybe this is, I don't know if y'all can get the visual. Here's my hands on the pinball machine. When I say this young lady rolled up next to me, it wasn't like she was next to me right here. It was like she was right here, like standing in front of me on the side of the pinball machine, hands on the glass.
Oh, blocking your view.
Staring at me. And like, I do not know this person, right? But I'm here, I'm playing pinball, and I'm getting kind of weirded out because it's not like she was looking at me like, ooh la la, like it wasn't one of those things. It's like she's staring me down like she fucking hates me. Like I said a comment about anti-vaxxers and she's on the other side of the equation. Like that type of look that she was giving me. And I'm starting to get kind of like in my head a little bit. And I'm like, I don't know if this is it worth the 25 cents I'm about to lose? But I just let go of the flippers. And I look at her and I go, what? And she goes, I can't believe you. And I go, believe what? And she goes, who was that girl? I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, don't lie to me. And I go, what? She goes, you're looking at me like you don't even know me. And I look at her and I go, I don't know you.
Were you still chewing on your red vine?
Red rope was right here, man. I look at her and I go, I don't know you. And she goes, I never. And she grabs her purse and just fucking clocks me on the side of the head and skates away. Like with anger, right? Like you couldn't envision like somebody being angry on roller skates, but here she is just fucking like, And I'm like, I'm like, I'm fucking nonplussed, right? Which means confused, by the way. I'm nonplussed. Like, what the fuck just happened, dude? And my sister rolls up and she goes, Jeff, what the fuck? And I go, yeah, what the fuck? She goes, that girl just clocked you with her purse. I'm like, I know, I felt it. And she's like, are you okay? And all of a sudden I just lose it. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Can we just go home? And so my fucking mom comes. Not my fucking mom, my beautiful, wonderful mom. She picks us up. She takes us home. And on the way home, my sister kind of like leans back and she's kind of laughing a little bit. She's like, you know, the funniest thing happened tonight, Jeff. I go, yeah, it was funny. I got hit with the purse. She goes, no, I'm skating around the rink and I could have sworn it was you who I tapped on the shoulder and started talking to. And within about a minute, I realized it wasn't you. She goes, there's this dude that doesn't just kind of look like you, like he's exactly you and like your age. And I'm like, what? And so at least at this point, I'm not freaking out so much because it's like I realize like, okay, now this all kind of makes sense. Like this girl that rolled up and like started yelling at me, that hit me with her purse. Apparently she was the significant other of this other person that was around my age that didn't just kind of look like me, but kind of was me. And apparently she thought there was some sort of like infidelity happening between me and my sister. My sister, not my fucking sister, my beautiful sister. I love you, Laura. I hope you see this. She probably doesn't even remember this, but this shit fucking scarred me, right? Because here's the weird thing, right? So this happens when I'm in 6th grade in 1991. And I swear to you, from that point through the time that I graduated high school at 18 years old in 1997, maybe get your calculators out and figure out if I got the dates right. From that point forward, whenever I spent any time in the beautiful city of Scotts Valley, California, I could bank if I was there for like 30 minutes or more, that just randomly there'd be a car that drives by that just goes beep, beep. What's up, dude? Like people would fucking wave at me. Like there was this dude that lived 15 miles away from me that was me so much that just random people would like wave to me and like start talking to me and shit like that. And I never had like the whole like minute long conversation, and I never got hit with a purse again during that time. I never got hit with a purse again. But essentially what I'm saying was it was fucking weird, right? And so I ask you again, I just wonder, like, is it possible? And I know John was just talking about like looks, right? But you know, that's not something that we can really calculate. I'm wondering if you think it's possible that just randomly somebody on the planet could share the exact same DNA as you. Do you think it's possible?
The exact same DNA?
Like,
no.
Yeah.
No, that's not possible.
No.
What do you think? Do you want to do some calculations just for fun?
Sure.
All right. So here's the thing.
All right. Everybody is wait till the floor before you look at the chat, Jeff Sullivan.
Here we go. We're gonna figure it out. I know Stubbs really excited.
We've got 23andMe times 2.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Ruyak. Let me give the lesson, little boy. Let me tell you how this works. Okay. So here's the thing. You exist as a random combination of the gametes of as a random combination of the chromosomes that exist within the gametes or the sex cells of your parents, right?
Correct.
Now, sex cells, gametes, exist as a result of a special type of cell division called not mitosis, but
Oh, I forget.
Eccles.
No.
Anybody in the chat? It's not called mitosis. It's called
Spermatosis?
I mean, I think specifically if it made sperm. Spermatogenesis is what you might be thinking of.
Right.
It's called meiosis. MEIOsis. So the way that meiosis works is you start from a single diploid germ cell. And when we say diploid, what we mean is there are two complete sets of 23 chromosomes. One that you got from your mom, one that you got from your dad, right? So
There are certain
hold on a
lizards with triploids, and
Hold on a second.
that's kind of sexy. Yes.
Lori got it. Everyone else is wondering why you're making them think about their parents have sex.
Thea just wrote sperm.
The chat is out of control. Everybody, I think Stubbs doing something horrible with this calculator right now.
So edgy, guys. So edgy. This is what it's like being a student in my classroom, except, more booze. So, thank you. So,
there's more booze in your
sperm cells and egg cells exist as a result of meiosis, which is essentially like two complete cell divisions, right? The first cell division is going to take the number of chromosomes that exist in that cell, and it's going to split them in half, right? And then that second division is to rip apart the chromatids that exist within like those X-shaped chromosomes. It's going to rip those apart. So anyways, what you end up with is these sperm cells and these egg cells that have unique combinations of the chromosomes that you got from your parents. The reason why they're unique is because during meiosis, so think of like your pairs of chromosomes as pairs of shoes, right? So they're called homologous chromosomes. They match up with each other, right? Now, it's totally random for each set whether this pair of shoes is going to line up this way or this way, right? This way or this way. So for
that's chiralism.
Yeah, sure. Kaiser-rollism. We're all down with that.
Chirals.
Do I put a 2 in my calculator?
Mirror images of the same thing. Anyway.
Yeah. So Eccles is wondering, should I put a 2 in my calculator? You definitely should put a 2 in your calculator to represent the fact that for each pair of chromosomes, there's 2. You got one from your mom, one from your dad. So everybody put a 2 in their calculator right now, because we start with 2 chromosomes in a set, right? And what you're going to need to do to that set of chromosomes is you are going to have to multiply it out to the power of n. And n is the haploid number, which is how many pairs of chromosomes, John?
23.
23. So you're going to do 2 to the 23rd, 2 to the 23rd power. And what you get, if you can't read scientific notation, just turn your phone sideways. And what you're going to get is what number when you get 2 to the 23rd?
Let me make sure I'm counting all my commas correctly. And I don't even know if I hit the right buttons here. I don't think I did. 19.
Oh, you're way off.
Okay.
That's the worst thing ever.
19 wasn't the right answer.
Yeah, you don't know how to use your calculator, Jeff, and that's a different class.
Oh, but, wait a minute.
2 to the 23rd power will yield you
8,388,608.
8,388,608, right? So for every combination of chromosomes that could exist in a sperm or an egg, that's the number right there, right? And you're thinking to yourself, but wait a second, Jeff, there's only 7.8 billion people on the planet. Surely there's how many millions of people that live in the United States of America? 350 million?
329 million.
So surely you might think to yourself, like, okay, there's a 1 in 8,388,608 chance of me. You're fucking wrong. You're wrong, because that's where the fucking comes in, because sexual reproduction is the result of not just the sperm, but also of the egg. So here's the thing. So when the sperm and the egg fall in love and they fuse together to form a gamete, that is your combination of chromosomes. So in order to figure out the likelihood that your parents made you, take that 8,388,608 and multiply it by itself
times 2, or exponential 2.
Oh boy.
That's 70 trillion.
Yeah, a little bit over 70 trillion, right? So the likelihood of your parents producing you, and I need to fucking put the number. Jeez Louise. All right. So, okay. Jeez, I got stuck. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Okay. Here's what you do. Some lube.
If you're stuck.
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. So here's what we do. Edit this out where I have to go back into my calculator.
No.
Whatever you do, don't let the people see that I have to go back into my calculator to do this part again. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is this. Okay. So the odds that your parents made you was 1 in 70,368,744,177,664. That's the odds that they made you, right? And so I want you to think about this for a moment, right? Go ahead and take that number and divide it by 7.8 billion.
Okay.
Thousand, million, billion. Do you have an answer?
1 in 9,022. It's a 1 in 10,000 chance that someone's going to look exactly like you.
Here's the thing. In order for your own parents to make you again, they would have to repopulate the planet 9,021 times and change. And so I want you to think about it. The next time you think that there could possibly be another version of you, your own parents, the place where that DNA came from, would have to repopulate the planet over 9,000 times. Do you know how much sex your parents would have to have?
I don't want to think about that.
Your parents having sex. All the sex. They're having all the sex.
All the time.
All the time. What I'm saying is,
did you seriously do all this just to make everybody think about their parents having sex like nonstop?
no, you know what? I'm kind of riffing a little bit because you guys got really grossed out the moment I said that your parents had sex, right? So what I want you to think about is this, right? This is not even accounting for the fact that mutations exist. It's not even accounting for the fact that this really cool thing called crossing over happens, where your pairs of homologous chromosomes, when they line up next to each other, they change pieces of information with each other, right? So what happens is the bottom of the fraction, which is called the denominator, John?
The lowest common one.
It gets closer and closer and closer and closer to becoming this infinite number that you could not comprehend. And if the denominator is getting closer and closer and closer to infinity, what does the overall chance become that there would be another
Smaller
person,
and smaller.
not just smaller and smaller? I mean, we got to save some space, right?
Infinitesimal.
It's fucking zero. It's zero. There's absolutely no way. Your parents fuck all the time anyways, but there's 0% chance that you would ever exist
What
again.
does John Edward have to do with this? I think Stubbs gonna get that joke. I don't think anybody else got it.
I don't get that. That's the crossing over guy.
Yeah, that's the crossing over.
Wasn't there a politician that ran for president with the same name?
Yeah, but he, some sexual thing in North Carolina.
Okay.
And he was trying to make his kid again.